Yeah, so this is yeah, I'm live. Yeah, I'm live. But we can wait for the other victim. So actually this breaking news here. Of course, the LA Jongula Michael Sankoria is found guilty of all the 6 counts. Of course, on Tocho, he was charged for the charges were the counts were actually 7. Count 5 was later dropped, but now the verdict has been delivered, and he is found guilty of 6 counts. 6 counts. Yeah. So Mbadingol, this is one of the victims actually. Molnabe diamole nyinem demba dem dia testify to janne kiti bungoto jang. So mbe minkela wolem nyinti ko nabe diamola ni victim dol because we contended ne science and tenting. Akamtale ko science and tenting yetol ye Michael Sankoria mu multi mi alonko all these 6 counts mi alonko e wole landino akunna kafo ko mole mi alonko ay butero kele of course molla mi alonko wolle dabulata num 2006 coup d'etat mi alonko wole kita num Gambia akamtale ko ya found guilty a bella well molbe min fokat non jaskeno 4 counts ba found guilty wala or 5 but akamtale ko all these 6 ya found wo bella ko atele yake and judgment iba deliver lale bari yalon ko wobe kala nyatolde bari science and the good news is all these 6 counts are guilty ta wolale science identity but me follow diamula demba dem mu parliamentarian of the National Assembly member lum nyinti mi yalon ko fanan testify ta yemune feel science identity Mr. Dem covering all these 6 counts you are found guilty. Good news for you people, right?
Thank you very much, Buba. Na be konton media household be nimyale ko imabeta jambi a katanye kontanti pour at least bi mulumi alte ko moma expect num abekelate. So akamunta ko ni dunia bebe num komoto bari sign kumo yamfata because minketa minketa jambi is a verdict of victory. Nim victory du mbakela munete mbajtala nga hono all the victim present one and the past one mi yalto ke banta and mi yalto ko ibe balurinde andum be ni victory talan ka di wolle be atol jore sol fana konton da bake mi yalne ko alla ko kana mira ko isi borino eta America wala eta banku dola ye maboje pour ye have service sotoje atake no la. So ni aitan di mol bela kota ke momo mi alto ko parata ku jawo kela banko ibe minte wala position e mi hol ise mira no bi ñew lungola Michael Sankoria nene ma mira in 2006 kabri abe mol takan abe transport kan abona mile 2 ke samba nang NIA kal bute kal tocho ke Burundi ka koku ke molla ka koku fo mole anene ma mira bi ñin lungo be sotola oto ñin lungo bi lumi yalla ko buba njuso be seworim bake kontanta bake andum be America masakunda fanan tentu lambe jayka katu ñimu example mi yalla ko bi bari America e ñinke tol bengal ne ko America is a good example of democracy so woto be banku dol fanan itandi la ko America e ñimminke tan e silole walan pour banku dol ye noma mi yalla ko dawda mi yalla ko ite mu papiturete ibe o banku ka ibe mabone je yeta ye samba luato wole petata. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you so much. Nga victim dol fana soto janne mi alonko nibe diamala well nyemero dabe nung mol kono le milia lonko ya boy ñu ngi la jaajëfal xam naa ne verdict bi am na ba pare mun nga ñëw wax lan nga feel tey xam naa ne yow sa doom understand ne dañ leen rayon Gambia fa sa doom moo ne ko ñoom Ibu Cissé foog naa right waaw Ibu Job ak Alhaji Mahmoud ñinem yes atele ñi merolem wol bamatin waaye fana ngaajele kabrin kiito keta kumbore wala gis buñ waxe council da nga jooy lan moo waral nga jooy tey
dama jooy suma yaram daw na waaye tam dama ne alhamdulilah rabbil alamin ndig am na ñu bari ñoo xam ne ñoo ko commencé waaye fekkee wu ci tey te dama doon ñaan pour ñoom tam ñu fekkee ko waaye li yàlla dogal te mënu ci dara waaye dama ne lii mooy commencement bi beginning bi la ñu ngi ñaan ci yàlla mi nga xam ne moom dëgg te mooy at yal na yàlla feeñal yépp te kenn ku nekk li nga def yal na la ko yàlla dellu loolu rek laay ñaan.
la mu waraloon jooy bi tey ndax sa xel dafa demoon sa doom yi.
waaw suma xel dem na ci suma doom waaye suma xel dem na ci ñuy dóor lu métti yi leen def doomu aadama rek ba pare ma xam ne itam def lu bon borom dina am bés Michael Correa tey fi mu toog soo ko xoolee xam nga ne ñun position bi ñu toogoon moom tey ci toog boobu la toog.
You have any other questions? All right. Yeah, ñu ngi laa jaajëfal bu baax a baax. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. waaw amul problème.
maa ngi ñaax waa Gambia yi nguuri Gambia nañ def seen kéemtalaay kattan ñu taxaw ñu indi justice su fekkee bëgg nañ jàmm nañ indi justice rek mooy indi jàmm te lu du dëgg du mujj te boo jëlee saay-saay nga lax ko ci sa gannaaw yàgg yaa saay-saay bi yàlla dina leen boole toroxal loolu rek laay dénku nguuri Gambia.
parce que bii dafa gaaw waaye dafa mel ni Gambia dafa mel ni dafa affaire si ñu dafa la suloo.
Gambia dafa suloo. ndi booleem dëkk yi nga xam ne jàpp nañ fa jongulas daanaka fi mu nekk nii ñaata Jamani Switzerland Amérique te xam naa ne yeneen ca yàgg ci yoon yi di ñëw kon dafa mel ni Gambia ñoon ñoo waroon a jëkka commencé lii baax na wax ji du jeex waaye asalaamaaleykum.
jërëjëf thank you so much kontaan nañ bu baax a baax. All right, so still we have a few of course, victims may along go nibe diamla like. Nyama Aisha, hi. How do you feel?
Very emotional.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, sad, happy at the same time. It's mixed emotions, but I'm just thankful that this is the beginning, it's not the end. And every single person that was involved in this horrendous crimes shall face justice by the grace of God. Because it would be very unfair for us to continue to live our lives when we have so many tortured.
Not be prosecuted, and I hope that this sends that message to victims back in our country, so that they know that the world is watching and we are not going to stop. We will hold each one of them accountable for these crimes that they have committed.
So what are you going to tell Gambian authorities?
For me, I think Gambian authorities are watching. The fact that they've been involved in this case indirectly, perhaps directly, and the fact that there are representatives of the government, including the Ministry of Justice, who are present here, indicates where the government stands on the issues of prosecution. And I do hope that they take this as a signal to also accelerate the process back home, because there are some victims back home and there are some perpetrators roaming around in the Gambia that also need to be held accountable.
Lan ngay wax ñoo xam ne ñu ngi seetaan ñoo xam ne wolof lañ dégg soo xam ne lan ngay wax gars yi tey after Michael Correa koo xam ne jongu la léegi it's a confirmed jongu la all 6 counts dafa guilty yëpp lan ngay wax gars yi.
Su suñ dëkk bi ñu bari seetaanoon nañ TRRC bi ñu bari déggoon nañ tolof yoo xam ne loolu la Gambian si go through during Jammeh régime bi xam nañ ne tamit depuis bu TRRC bi jeexee nit ñu bari ñu ngi dégg wax yu bari ñu ngi gis ñoo xam ne ñu ngi doon serve in Jammeh's government ñu ngi still in very senior positions of power within our government te loolu daf dee tax victims yu bari ñu ngi anxious ndax suñ government bi dinañ seriously hold perpetrators nit ñoo xam ne ñoom la TRRC bi mention ne dañ commit ay crimes ndax suñ government bi dinañ leen jàppa tëj lu leen waaye the fact ne gis nañ ne bitim réew bu tollu ni America even though Correa crimes yu mu commit Gambia la ko commit gis nañ ne America as a body part of the international community jël nañ the stand pour prosecute Correa ba pare find ko guilty. So for that reason I think ñun suñ dëkk bi tamit wolu war nañoo jox the confidence and ñu trust system bi ñu trust ne suñ government authorities yi ñoom tam duñ toog seetaan ñeneen outsiders di prosecute suñ people like the junglers ñoo xam ne dañ leen name and mention te ñun duñ def dara. I do believe that this dina gën a motivate process bi back home.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Kooku mooy gan Fatou Balde. So we have Mohamed. of you, Mohamed. In Mbara. It's a photo be after San Correa kamta wala la 6 counts be ya muta bella amang kana hani kilim fangola.
Some contano len seo len ko for any milestone to yeah because ko meda bari min fana ya sabu ani min yatin molbe contano wala be banko la do ko ti pour kana abo banko kana fo banko from Africa all the way faja kana ka mabe kiti yo ani ko mo kiti ndi ka seo fana wala ka ay pol minikel mi ya kuma ya wala ko Gambia wala tam ko ni ya man to ra ko le ko wala wata dole ne ta bai ko da ne ta sabata to min fana kuma ya ko man ka don ka mo sika ke sara ka so la ko ka so diara woni mal to kan no to ta man ke ko min ñu ke jo ñoto wala fa ado na ra wala mo be min to ala wala na ba ko ngata ha na ko ke ma ko don so not US ya lo ko ya
Iba suggest kan ne pour ñil sendi ete soro mile tu
just and coming for Wolem ko ako maya tele ko ni ko be kan jang adu mol fana be wala ko la adu mol ka ken ku kam comme ko ke jonyo to len sari fu to nyaay sabat ka ko le ka dani yalla ko banko ako maya to nyaay sabat adu len ka fo la accountable len wala tilimo so yaaje ni Michael Correa ñoo ni dole ko ni ke gambe amere do jamale amere ko ni ko ku te fala ko wala wata de bayra to nyaate sabat dari trial coming ke court case follow wala ka to nya sabati bol mi tam jamal bi ñewol ta mera nun ko ha because do e coup d'état ke waranto do e coup ke yamuta min diate fana ya kala wala siloti wonte min musiloti de yalo ne bari ka ko ka dama di mo taka tilimbali ya nyala min yalo ko wala fota ñim code dula e dol bi je ko mol ma ko tiara si an dula adu nga keta dole fana so e ka jale is like a continuation of the truth telling process in the Gambia moli la to nyal bondia ko min ka ngalo ani fana to min janta sabati la mimo accountability ko fana be kekane which all together will strengthen the last side kaje ko to nya banko le adu fana to nya sabati ni la side ko bo be ci ko kanya to so bari ni kuma ya wala kam defe for this accountability and is going to move the country forward by addressing things mitigate. So this is just one of it, but it's also a wake-up call for the rest of the efforts that are being done in different areas in the transitional justice process, not just through victim soul, but also through consular development. Because me started the problem solve the care, all the campaign, because quality, the minimum address no, and there's laws, many are rolling and call address and open a market. A grievance list here decided. So near the Nimbeke can be, even though I became very far from Gambia, at least I could solve Gambia. You know, for this accountability happening, even though it's not happening in the Gambia, but about the Gambian case. But it's also a wake-up call coming for people back there, authorities to really do things around reparations, around all of these things.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mohamed. Thank you so much. For now, it's not finished, sis. Naka nga feel it? How do you feel?
Naka laa feel tey sant yàlla di gërëm legal team bi ak jury yëpp parce que doxal nañ digga daal wante dama gëm ne lii just beginning starting.
Okay, so gis nañ ne 6 counts yëpp were you expecting this ak foog naa ne yow sa broda bokk na si ñoo xam ne allegedly def leen rey si code bi fii include nañ loolu si counts si fii nii waaye nga gis koo xam ne alleged nañ ne dafa rey sa broda naka nga feel about that?
Yeah, kontaan anyway, even though convicting because this is solely of my brother,
yes.
But he was convicted of all the other victims that he tortured,
yes.
which I guess was like a easier
case to make. And so kay mom su ñibé dem dëkk na ci hotel or dëkk na ci lalam bi ngé dem jail I guess straight to wait for his sentencing and I hope su fekkee mu ngé déglu li dina am time pour reflect pour xam ne at the end of the day even though throughout the case mu ngé wax ne Yaya Jammeh moo ko santal lu mu def but moom nit ci boppam am na xel tamit and everybody should be accountable irrespective of kan moo nekk in the government or kan moo la wax nga def something.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So this is the actually court case. So Mira Aisha, yeah? Well.
But we can only attain that is when there is accountability, because you can't show reconciliation in the face of people and the mouths of people. We can only attain reconciliation when government is fully committed to ensuring these crimes are committed in the Gambia. The perpetrators are prosecuted to the fullest. As we are seeing in the US here, all the crimes that were brought forward, he is guilty of all those crimes. So yeah, in a nutshell, I think that's my message to the government. And my final message as well is to all the victims of rights violations to really come together. We need to set our differences aside and our political affiliation aside and come together as a group, because unity is strength. If we come together and unite, then we will be much more powerful to ensure we face these perpetrators, to be able to, see them in court, because you could see how Correa was so uncomfortable seeing victims sitting in front of him and really saying what he did to them. I think for me that means a lot. Unity, we have to come together and make sure that our fight be attained at the end of the day. Thank you.
Aisha, xam nañ ne recently ñu ngi la congratulate because yaa ngi si reparation commission bi boo xam ne they've already showed them waaye yow yaa ngi fi tey nga gis ne of course Michael Correa is a confirmed jongula confirmed nañ ne tamit all the 6 counts def na ko of torture ñu mu doon door lan nga feel tey.
To be quite honest, I feel content not because at the end of the day, this is what we came for, to ensure that it has been years of work. And I remember when the witnesses were reading their state, were being asked questions, were being cross-examined in court, and then saying what Michael Correa had done. I have reflected back to my work back in 2017 when I took most of these statements and expected that testifying here. And it's quite fulfilling seeing that at least justice would be served for them, because they've waited for a long time to be here, to be able to hear and face the perpetrator who fought him more than and like I said, content not corrupt, and everybody call him the young thing, content, because at the end of the day, it was quite a bittersweet moment for all of us that are in the courtroom, because hearing testimonies, coming definitely torture you don't talk, you don't explain. I mag your hand ñun mut nañ leen ay doom ñu ngi wax yoo xam ne loolu lañ leen def I think ne loolu rek loo xam ne la naxaar na suma xol bi but finally tey dégg nañ ne charges suñu il yëpp guilty na of all those charges, which to be quite honest I am so happy that it happened, because justice delayed is always justice denied for victims of rights violations.
Can you say something in the Mandinka too?
Coming ngamin forek surwa kangoto aning English do coming ngamin forek wolong di content bale ke tajang kata ko Michael Correa jele ye charges will mini be nati brought forward nga jele ko a guilty tawo charges will be lale am content bale ti ka je ko victim will mini along ko testify ta ka ko ay tajirinte ya kela bi ya jele ko justice totally a contano wata bakele follow comme ajusula warta bakele follow bring trial din commencé ka ngamoy victim sol min na court min be testify ka ngamoy le ko ye tagi ya ko longo min la leyka nga jele kumbol keta court modol bi de mi alon ko kabibe la tagirinte ya ko la sax mol ni famu dano mo be kumbola court so bi nata defense lawyer ye do ku baba kata ngote gaje ko naka
prosecution
ye do ku bakata ka jele ko Michael Correa charges will be brought forward, guilty on all those charges.
and finally rek nenin fola wolong it's a step in the right direction comme rek na man sakunda fanan create kata dango ke kaje ko crimes will mini along to ikata Gambia banko kan pour kaje ko will be prosecute because ni tata na ni ko accountability man dang rek mi along ko wala lata victim mol kan but collectively as a country so la tele pour accountability sodo kadu ko ni ko nga muru nyoka nga choki nyoka tajirinti yal minu kita wa banko kan anyam kita address le namang address rek at yal be nyande kam muru nyoka kaje ko address.
Thank you so much, Aisha. Barka. Thank you so much. So, kuka fanyame. Yes, it's life. So, kiti bungodo kuka fanyame Juna. Yeah, ale jongula Michael Sankoria ya kitindi janne kam tala ko sai all the council mile alonko ya charge num wala sa fono le ko council be ya boyndi alale mo jamal be min mirakan nunja wala nyinde ko at least ba boyndi la count 5-4 or maybe but akam tale ko maketa surprised that all the 6 counts ya boyndi ya bel conspiracy and torture wodol be mu torture number 1 lem conspiracy and torture wodol be mu torture leti kabo faring sanyangol tamsir jase wol mi alon ko ay wol butele is already confirmed sign ko ay wol butele faring sanyangol kada fo aliou job wol kada fo demba dem wol ñilbe mo molleti mi alon ko testified akamta atela defense team be tokore min kannum pour ka foko atamo molti mi alon ko private soldier le mate borino la o time akamta ko juril after the deliberation o e mawo danko mo kuleti mi alon ko e ma danko e nataje ko ñimmu council le mi alon ko ibe lotale andum e toñatale andum cede jarol finditale milliard tandiko ay jilbe kele Correa ko nga fa nyame alma jeno na previous video to nga explain ne ko the reason me antina almantra Correa jikan inside this courtroom e be ka camera allow je or recording so the only thing that they allow is outside kombelorin damenjang pour ka filming ke jang but Correa during ala appearance throughout all these days ala appearance aka sudle dung ni koso aka wole dung aka kosol dung ya kungo dandango be lile santo way woka rasta nying aka sitile aka siala ala loyal aka si wolle tema akana wole nyama court there is no court mi alonko among kosodung ay kosodun ne fo bi akamtale ko judgment o ñing wo fanam bina ñaatole but akam tale di ko mi alon ko le ko mayata baake wolem di validity wo ketale of course count 1 count 2 count 3 count 4 count 5 yo bondi nun jele ka bring bunja dabo ate mannano ka testify so count 6 and count 7 ya bondi walla wolem 6 counts ti mi alon ko ya bondi walla in Denver Colorado America banko kan jang Michael Sankoria yate 2 minutes minna walem David of course jongulal kono milia lonko ye buterol ke ka butero ke nung ya jamme ngajele ko atemo molti mi alonko e manna kitindi no mo falu mi alonko ya tumi walla bayring itol America la lualdo it is a kitindiro keno minna wolem tochoti butero mi alon ko aketa ila banko e bantalla so walatin ya kitindi of course ya kitindi nyin kiti bungoto jang so inata found akamtale ko sign all the 6 counts are guilty talale so ning judgment o keta don ibabe abebe kankulalale anyante lala sanji jelle la kasodo wo be mu kuleti mi alon ko judgment o nyinto abebe timmala woto le bari ali ajele ibu jobol na hakilo be kanu mi alon ko alejli ye fanu Gambia banko kan itol be mu molleti mi alon ko ila mul nata janne atafamo bama bi janne ngajele kabring ye verdict nyin deliver don ngajele ajimitabe kumbola kiti bungoto nyimu kolleti mi alon ka kereje it was victim sol mil bi jangi navo stalenum tamandin janding be verdict be kala because ye min fono wolem talent seiti probably by talent say ibe verdict nyin deliver bari somanda another message ki ka foko hanisa en juril ibe deliberation la ni pareta do be message nale pour ya fo mole so it's just amamele nata message yo sen ka foko of course ye verdict sotole andong verdict nya kam tele ko ay milfe bo wolem prosecution de so me wala kala mita jana be ame ko press conference be kala jele yo karala na nede go yo karala ipuri la no ko sombe no it's just talking about the press conference oh really so press conference be kala janne dami along ko the prosecution be press conference kala janne alo sambi be fintila jang so be press conference be tandila lale so nyindam kiti bongoti dami along ko ya kiti ndi janne Alfred A. Araj, United States courthouse here. So I don't demand in the press conference ni la moyo nola jang yeah. Yeah, so Sveki is it on just right. If you're watching Kerfat right now, of course the LA Jongula Michael Sankoria, of course delivered a verdict be and all the 6 counts of a guilty, all the 6 counts guilty na everything. So that is the breaking news here, and gars ñu ngi ñëw def press conference boo xam ne nañ leen won everything loo xam ne mu ngi jógee ko fii si Denver, Colorado, United States of America. So certainly, ngamira samedi be fintela nang so pour wala press conference be mi alon ko wala nyanta kala jang shortly media house dol bi janne fana mi alon ko dia sorry mi alon ko itol bata janne media house dol bi jeli mi alon ko bata janne but of course Gambian media house ol fana bi janne yeah certainly ni parade already going to start well I'll tell you Jamal General Jabia Lonko will see Diamuno because yeah among the Gambia Tinagara Gambia no 100%. So a lot of people Fintilale Purkata Purka Mabi Koji Belabana Yame and yeah more Jamal Bijelimia Lonko you know a bella fly on Purka Diam but I come down more mill not a young well I see at a Lamansia
the one that was left on here, I used it.
I'm not doing all of it.
You play back in your back?
Can I sit up next to you, Steve?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, because he was fine.
Yeah, so on the press conference in about to comprise start. So ngalo ne gal be prepare kan ne pro kana I'll say about no wrong demanding quali agel set up work it already yeah pro ka press conference nyinke yeah
We'll see what happens.
Scene Intelligent Auto.
Get as close as you possibly can. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Do it the easy way.
Oh, that's true.
So, madam will shortly press conference will start at a mail back. So, I'll say press conference in Jubeno live, Jang. I'm along back, so you can be the first person in the press conference. Thanks.